A Chaska family is giving back to their community in honor of their late son and brother. 24-year-old Tom Costello was an active life learner and a believer in random acts of kindness. Tragically, his life was cut short 2 years ago. But our Barrett Leone explains his family works every day to keep his important legacy alive.
It's hard to put into words. Like he truly just was larger than life.
In 24 years, Tom Costello made more of an impact than most do in a lifetime.
He was amazing.
As a teenager, Tom was diagnosed with stage 3B Hodgkin's lymphoma.
You get a diagnosis like that and it really rocks your world. I think his mindset just shifted to, okay, well, I have no control over what this is going to lead to, but I do have control over how many days of school I'm going to go to, what I'm going to focus on, what my attitude is going to be like. It just became kind of a good way to live, right? Try and be Tommy strong.
We first shared that mantra back in 2013 when we highlighted Tom as a Make-A-Wish survivor.
You stop and look at things in perspective because, before you'd be like, oh God, I'm breaking out, or, I got a bad test on the grade on the test, or, whatever it is that you think, oh, this is the end of the world. And it's like, it's really not.
He carried that perspective throughout his entire young life.
When he got cancer and recovered, that's when he really
For sure.
full throttle
Mm-hmm.
on everything.
From his time at Chaska High School.
What's up, fam?
To earning a triple major at UW-Madison. He even shared his wisdom in a TED Talk.
So rather than fret about the things that you will never be able to control, refocus your efforts on the things you can do.
Later, Tom landed his dream job as an investment banker in New York City. Along the way, he mentored and paid kindness forward any chance he could.
He was really determined to help the next person in line and spent a lot of time. And we knew some of those things, but I don't think we knew the extent of it until he passed away and all these people came from New York.
A best friend to all with a zest for life.
He just started living every single day with no regrets, just lived every single day with passion, and he would say that all the time. He would write that in his journals, and he just took the most of every single day. Obviously a little biased, but like the greatest person, the greatest brother.
It was in June of 2021 when Tom's life tragically ended after a freak water skiing accident at the family cabin.
Just had a minor wipeout and never woke up. It will never make sense.
He was airlifted to Minneapolis, but suffered a traumatic brain injury that couldn't be fixed.
He had been really upfront with all of us that if something ever happened that he wanted to donate his organs.
From his heart to his liver, Tom's organs impacted 75 lives.
We didn't get our miracle, but we gave several families their miracle.
Tom's gift of life isn't the only way his legacy lives on.
We knew that he was going to have an incredible impact on this world if he had the chance to be here for a longer amount of time. And we wanted to make sure that that actually came to fruition, that wasn't all just lost.
They're keeping Tom's memory alive with a nonprofit in his name, providing scholarships to students that embody his character, and giving back to organizations closest to Tom's heart, like Make-A-Wish and LifeSource.
I think it's also made a lot of people stop and just not get caught up in all the little things, because what happened to us could have happened to anybody's family. And I tell myself every day, okay, this is what we can control.
To this day, the Thomas A. Costello Legacy Foundation has given out $28,000 in scholarships.
He keeps getting to live on, even though he's not here physically. Parts of him are still here.
And encouraged countless others.
You don't know when your last day is going to be. How you live your life matters. How you live it today. And don't wait to take the trip. Don't wait to start treating people with kindness. Like, don't wait. Tell people that you love them. Live your life with passion like he did.
To live like him.
Life is very fragile. Love your people, love them hard, and live your life Tommy strong.
In Chaska, Barrett Leone, WCCO News.
Okay, Barrett joining me live now. I literally have chills.
Amazing family. I do too. I mean,
such a special way to honor their son. The Thomas A. Costello Legacy Foundation is raising funds in Tom's honor in a golf tournament that's coming up a week from tomorrow, June 19th. You can still sign up to play or just donate. We'll have all that information on our website, WCCO.com. But I mean, you can just tell, I think you've heard this theme a little bit in the story. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you react. And,
Right.
you know, Tom said that in his commencement speech at high school. He said that in his TED Talk speech. And so the family has really just taken hold of that saying, and that's how they're choosing to move forward in this grief, and they're controlling how they react to this.
I love that so much because they're leveraging this pain to help others. And it seems like you can freeze in times like this of
Absolutely.
grief. And especially after it's like, oh, he's okay. No, he's gone. We thought he was okay. We thought he was going to be here. But for them to leverage it into helping so many people, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it really is. And again, that tournament, all those funds are going back to the community that, you know, Tom grew up in, the schools he went to, and people who embodied his character, who lived passionately, and pretty cool. So
Very cool.
Yeah.
Short life, but huge impact. Thank you. That was a
Absolutely.
beautiful story, Parrot.